Well, I just posted that long-term view with the E-mini and how interesting it was, and so I thought that since I had the indicator up, I'd take a look at a couple of other markets. And here's gold, for example. Now, what I want to point out is not just that gold's at the yearly PL dot and going up, but the structure of the support and resistance levels in these different time frames. So you can imagine that this price might come down and test the uh, PL dot on the daily or the live dot tomorrow or sometime. So nothing goes up constantly. But look, when it does come down to test, look what we got right here. We got the weekly and the weekly envelope top, basically the weekly structure pushing on up, and that is supported further by the monthly uh, pushing on up, right? And it's supported further by, I guess this is a monthly down here, but the quarterly is right here. This is functioning as support. The monthly's here, functioning as support. So when the market does refresh, there's tons and tons and tons and tons of support that is going to push that back up. So it's kind of a bullish structure, if you see what I mean. So let's look at, for example, silver is not nearly as bullish here, although it was looking really strong a couple of weeks ago. It's still okay. It's still strong, but we're seeing more refresh here, and it's encountering a little more difficulty. Basically, it's in this congestion here, and it's got to break out of that. Now, there's plenty of support here to help that happen, but it's not quite as strong as on gold for sure. Let's look at let's look at the Dow Jones. Now, this is a market where it's very, very strong indeed, and we're above the yearly, above the quarterly, above the monthly, and above the weekly and the um, uh, daily. So quite different than the E-mini, which is just starting this rise where all these are quite together. The Dow has never crashed as strongly as the E-mini, and if we look at the Nasdaq, we see also that Nasdaq's not anywhere near as strong. The tech stocks are having a lot of problems. It's still it's in congestion down here. We're seeing the yearly PL dot and so forth, but we got a long way to go before we're going to get up. So the tech stocks are struggling a little bit if we're going to take this as any kind of a guidance. Look at the dollar index. Let's see what we find here. Not compelling. We're seeing PL dots together, but they're on the wrong side, and the dollar showing weakness, not strength. So we would say basically that if we're going to apply conventional P&L analysis, that we're looking towards a PL dot refresh on the yearly, and after that's refreshed, maybe we'll go up. But it's got a long way to go before that happens, a long way to the downside. So the dollar is losing momentum and losing emphasis and losing popularity and losing strength in the global situation, in the macro situation. I want to look at Bitcoin, and here it is, and we see, well, I mean, we got nothing but a long, long, long congestion going on here, and we're not breaking out of that yet. We see strength, we see things happening down here that are kind of positive, but it's not the situation that we would think of as being incredibly strong just yet. Although the last couple of days has been up, and we are seeing we're above the weekly and the daily PL dot and pushing on up. So all that's good, but long way to go. Long way to go. Long way to go on this macro scene. That's no surprise. Anything else? Well, let's look at Tesla. I didn't look at Tesla. Uh, this is interesting. This grouping of resistance up here in the quarterly, monthly, and yearly PL dots all bunched together. as we know, Tesla's been in this tremendous downtrend. But I called this as being over back in here, and I think that it is over. But let's just say we got a long way to go. This is interesting now that we're crossing up above the weekly PL dot and a daily C wave to the upside is not showing incredible reversion back down again. So that's pretty bullish in the situation that we're seeing. But got a long way to go. So let's not get all that wildly excited. Crude oil. And remember the ex-president of Russia said, "Oh God, it's going to be 250 next year." Well, according to this, we got a long way to go. Not happening. We see things being pushed down rather than up. We see that the quarterly and the monthly PL dots are above here and they're dropping, not rising. We could see a drop down further. Let's see, we have this level down in here. So let's just see how that goes. But basically, we're not seeing the same kind of pattern of a bullish activity breaking through the overhead resistance. So maybe that's a good picture of the macro situation at the moment. We'll cut this off because it's getting kind of long, and I don't want to give long movies. So let's see where we go.